I was in the geology department trying to get into a specific class with a teacher, and I saw a little post of, you want to get a 4.0 GPA, and at the time I was very motivated and desperate to get that, because for some of the programs I'm thinking of applying to in business, it requires somewhere around 3.7. So at the time I was desperate to get that. So when I submitted the application, you explained specifically that you wanted people that are motivated and actually willing to do it. And so when I applied, I made sure that, I showed that. And when I came to this first session here, and you kind of explained everything about what the program is about, and not just that it's about school, it'll help you for basically everything else you do in life. And you had a bunch of people come up and explain their stories and how much it's affected them in such a good way, and that basically convinced me. I thought, okay, these people have gone through way more than I have. I don't even have it that bad, and look at them, right? So I applied for it, and my biggest academic challenge at the time was probably, getting my desired GPA. I had around 80-ish in high school, and usually on average, university students do about 10% worse in their grades than they did in high school. So that would be around a B- or so for me. And I'm thinking, well, I need to get 10% higher than what I did in high school, so how am I going to do that? So that was one of my biggest challenges. And the other one was basically putting in the effort and not getting the reward out of it. And one of the things you said right off the bat in the first session was effort is very little of it. It's your, it's your self-belief. And I was like, how can you put in little effort and get so much reward? That's something I've been wanting my entire life. And so what I've learned from my challenge, well, plenty of things I've already mentioned, just it's not about the effort, it's actually the belief in yourself that if you think like a genius, you'll ask yourself why you'll be successful. It'll automatically, your brain will go into an active state of just finding solutions to do better. And if you're constantly in that kind of mentality, everything's just a lot easier. And I've already learned how to reduce my stress. I got 3 midterms coming up in the next 2 days, and honestly, I'm more prepared for them than I was for my very first midterm when I had 1 that week. It's helped so much. And time management, I've started making the schedules and just organizing my time, working way ahead. I had this English assignment due Thursday. I'm already done it. I've had my mom go over it for me. I have a writing appointment for it on Tuesday to get it reviewed again. Just everything's just planned ahead, and it's so much less stressful, right? And those are basically the things that I've learned. After the program, I guess one of my worries is about keeping my self-belief high and kind of having that motivation of getting what I want. One of the things you've obviously mentioned was just keep doing the assignments to keep that self-motivation high. And improvements that I've made was these are kind of outside of school, but I applied for this program called ICESA, and it has a program called E3DP. And it's basically a program that gets you into the business world and into experience and whatnot. And I am one of 3 first years that got in out of a lot, you had to do a resume and interview and everything. And I have a mentor now with a program who's already introduced me to this guy who's president of I forget the name of the company, is Fort Mon or something like that. Anyways, I'm already getting introduced, networking into these guys for my future in business. And in terms of school, well, I kind of wish it was a week later after these 3 midterms so I can compare. But for one of the midterms in my SGMA class, I got 78 on the first one, and then in the second one I got 100. And those were each worth 20% of my mark. So I guess I'm already seeing results. Maybe not as quickly as I'd like, because I like to set high standards, but yeah, that's already seen the benefit of this program.